Everyone, how are we today? It's another Monday. Can you believe it? I certainly can't. It's just gone so quick. You just wonder where the week's gone. This morning was so frosty and cold, so that was really interesting to see. I'm sorry if I sound a bit distracted. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm on Facebook and I need to turn that off as well. I am here where I need to be. I always forget to turn the sound down. I don't know why I forget. Probably because 90% of the time I have it on mute. So there's the odd time that I would then take it off so I can listen to something or follow instructions so that I can have them written down, and so it's on. But anyway, well, my name's Anita Mazzero. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria, Australia. Hi, Jacinta. Having your lunch break? I know that much. So anyway, we're here today. Oh, my train of thought went, no. Okay. That's the way it is. So be it. Anyway, I don't know about you, but we had a really frosty morning. It was very white outside and crisp underneath the foot. And I was helping my husband get his golf cart ready this morning to go to golf, and boy, was it fresh. But he's out there, he's having a play. The sun is now out. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got my washing out, which I'm sure will dry, and we will get on there. So what I'll do is I will flip you down and we'll let you know what's going on. Okay, just hold on a moment. And there we go. We should be right. And just come in a little bit. Put my camera in the right spot. Because that looks like I've got it right. Yep. I know I had. Okay, so bonus days. They are nearly over. We have till the 31st of this month, and this will be over. So you've still got time. For every $90 that you spend, you will earn a $9 voucher, coupon. So that means $90 you receive one $9. 180 you receive two. 270 you eat three, and it goes on like that. Now, when you place your order, either online or through me, make sure that we have the correct email address, because it won't be emailed to me, it will be emailed to you directly. So you need to hang on to it so that you've got it for August to spend. So then between the 1st and the 31st of August, you will be able to redeem all your coupons. Now, your coupons are a set of numbers, and when you put them in, don't put them all in. If you've got more than one, don't put them one after the other. Either put them on a new line or put them with a gap in between. Otherwise, it will not recognise the number. So that's what's happening, and it doesn't take long for it to go. So I can't believe that we're nearly through the end of July already. It's just flown by. And yes, I've got 2 birthday parties this weekend, and I have not prepared for either of them. So it will happen. I will get it done somehow, but we will get it done. So anyway, so that's what we've got going. Right. Our glass mat is available now for customers. So it's $106 if my memory serves me right. So please, I would say don't miss out, because once the stocks are gone, we won't be seeing them again. And they are certainly, oops, sorry about that. They are certainly well worth having. I must admit that since I've had mine, I don't use grid paper. You're right, Jacinta, it is ridiculous how quick this year is going. I mean, we'll blink and it'll be 12 months later and we won't know what's happening. So it's really going fast. Right, so I'm going to talk to you, first of all, I'm going to talk about our embossing powders. Now, recently I had to order some more, and because my white had run out, and this pack was very different to the normal ones. So as you can see, and I'll just bring that up a bit closer, I'll just, so you can see there it says Wow embossing powder. So this is completely new and completely different. Now, I have a container that I use when I've got, because there's our old one. So you can see that's what it's like. This one's still good, but I have been told, as you can see, if you look closely in there, I don't know if it shows up on the camera, I'll just see a little flecks in there? That's bits of cardstock fluff that ends up everywhere but where goes. So I use it in a container like this, but I've been told not to mix these two together. So I will use this one. I'm going to test this one out today to see how it goes for differences in colour for what I've done. So that's, it doesn't say it on here, but all I know is that I've been told we do not mix these two up. I just was having a quick look on the instruction sheet. So once the old one's gone, I will then be putting mine back into this container. I actually find the reason I do it this way is I tip it into the container, I can then mix it, and I can then tip it back into here. And that's why I like using little containers. And I find that these are a little bit easier to find than a little thing like this. I lose these things. I lose everything. You'd be surprised what I lose. So today I'm going to talk about an online exclusive bundle called the Frosted Forest. And this is the bundle, and I have forgotten the total price. I'll see if I can bring it up and let you know what it is. So I'm just going to have a quick look. And the whole bundle is $114. Sorry for reaching over the camera. So with the bundle, you get the stamp set, which is a photopolymer stamp set. And there's our stamps. You then receive 10 dies. And the dies are just great. So that's a standalone die, that's a standalone die, that's a standalone die, that one and that one. The outline dies cut the 3 trees, and then you've got the 2 birds to cut out as well. You've got 2 of them, so if you want to do more than one. So that's a great one to use. And then you also get the masks. Now, I think this is a great idea rather than the masks having to be separate. But you get 6 masks. And out of the 6 masks, you've got this tree. And it will do the trunk. Do one colour of leaves. It's a bit small. This is smaller than what the actual ones are. And then you've got highlights. So you've got those 3 there, and then you've got these here which do the big tree and the little tree, and you've got layers 1, 2 and 3. So they're absolutely wonderful. These ones are marked, and I don't know, I'll see if I can bring it up so you can, whether it shows. I'm just going to, so as you can see, it's got A, B, C on there. So if I just bring that one up a bit more. So you can see how it's got those on there. So these are A, B, C. So it tells you how to use them and in what order. So that's really handy. And then these ones, get them, will have 1, 2 and 3 so that you know where they go. Now you can write with a texter if you like so that you can see where they go, but that's those. So it's a wonderful little set and you can do so much with. Today I'm just going to be using one of the dies. I'm going to use this standalone trees. So I just think it's gorgeous. So I have been moving things around, trying to find things before, and boy, was I having some fun. Okay, so I've cut out 2 of those trees. I didn't want you to sit and watch me because we all know how to die cut. So I've cut 2 of them out, but I have put on the back, I have put our adhesive, and I've just got a funny feeling I have done something completely wrong, and I have. Okay. I might have to go to plan B because we need one way and one the opposite way. So this one hasn't got any on it. So what I'm going to do before I start anything, an easy method to make sure when you're wanting to do something, and like in this case, I've forgotten to put the adhesive on the back, I am going to line this up. I know that's what I want to do with it. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm just going to find my silicone craft mat, and I'm going to lay that on there. And this is something, if you don't have our adhesive sheets, is something you can do. Just give that tip a bit of a wipe. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add little dots of glue. Come on, must be getting to the end. So I'm just putting some little dots of glue on the tree, and then I'm going to set it aside for a period of time. Lucky I cut another set out so that I've got them. How good is that? Hello Cherry, and hello Margot if you're watching. Okay, so we're just going to pop that like so. Now I'm going to leave that, let's put a little bit on there, and I'm going to let that get tacky, because by getting tacky, here I can keep seeing little spots where I could add a little bit more. By allowing that to get tacky, or even leaving it for a few hours, which today I won't be able to, but even if you leave it for a few hours till it goes clear, this will work like a glue dot. So this is a handy little tip to have, is to just leave it like that. Now I'll move that out of the way so that we do not bump it in any way, shape or form. Because if I do, it will most likely go all over my clothes, all over my carpet. It could end up anywhere. Disastrous. Okay, now I've got a piece of thick basic white, 21 centimetres by 14.9, and I've scored it at 10.5. So I'll just give that a good burnish, because we want our card to fold flat. We don't want a bow in it. Now I've got a piece of the Thoughtful Journeys Designer Series paper. This is beautiful paper, and as you can see, it's got a lovely scene on the other side as well, which would work just as well for this particular one. Yeah, it would. Now, it got me thinking, which way will I go? No, I'll keep going the way I was planning. I'm going to use this section up here. So I'm going to cut that down. I've got 2 pieces of Mossy Meadow, and they are 9.2 by 13.6. And then I've got a piece of white for the inside, which is 9 centimetres by 13.4. So that's our inside. I need to cut this to 9 centimetres by 13.4. Now, I've got to look at which way I want to do it. That's why when I grabbed this before, when I saw the other side, I thought, oh, maybe I could, but I would rather, I think I'd use a different colour, like a Night of Navy, yeah, something like that to pick up the blues in that, but this one's to pick up the greens. Oh, sorry for laughing out loud. Hello, Lucia. And you're using the same thing. Well, let's see if we've got the same design. No wonder we're friends. We do think so much alike. Unbelievable. Okay, I'll grab my trimmer. And I'm going to cut this down to the 9 centimetres, but I want to use this side. So I'm going to have a look at that. I'll measure it on here. So I'm going to sort of cut it down. Oops, I can't see. So I'm going to cut it there because I want this part, because when my tree is on, this is going to sit sort of roughly like so. So I'm sort of wanting it, I want to keep this showing. So I'll measure that at 9 centimetres and I'll give that a trim. Whoops, we didn't go all the way. Line it back up. She decided to jump out. Then I want to measure, measure this, but I want this at 13.4. So this is going to be my top end. So I'm going to take off from the bottom. So I'll take that off. And I'll keep that because, oh, that's a bit furry. I think my blades are going very weird. I've been going through a lot of blades lately and I don't know why. So just get your scissors and just trim off those furry bits. Or if you've got a emery board, they work just as well. Yeah, that nice and furry. I think it might be because my room gets quite damp, and I think even though I close everything up at night and it gets so cold, the room does create dampness, and I think that makes a difference with my cardstock. So I'm going to glue this flat with just the smidgen of a border. I've used the Mossy Meadow because that Mossy Meadow is in there but not in your face, and I thought if I used one of the other colours, it was going to bring one colour to the forefront, which I really didn't want because I'm using the green, the Mossy Meadow, as the highlight rather than the main colour. I'm going to pop that on there. And there is that. Now this piece, which has got the adhesive on, I'm going to look where I want to fit that. So I'm going to have that sit. And I might grab that other one wherever I threw it, you know. Had the two of them just a minute ago. There they are. Just to have a look how far down I need to do it. So I'm creating an effect. So I know that I need that sitting about there. So I'll take that piece away, and I'm just going to grab my pencil and just put a little mark either side because we want it even on the page, and I can rub that out later on. So I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. Oh, that was great. Don't know, this just doesn't want to stay in anymore for some unknown reason. May have to invest in a new one. Okay, I'm going to take very carefully the adhesive off. because this is an intricate die, be very, very gentle. Just very carefully lift the adhesive from the back, because you can quite easily take that and tear that apart. There we go. So I've got that now, and I've got my line that I need to see, and I'm going to lay that slightly over because I want the edge of the tree. I don't care a little bit of it's hanging over. I'm going to line that up with the bottom mark that I made before, and then over on this side. And then I very gently lay my tree. So now to get the reverse effect, as I showed you before, by putting the glue on this beforehand, already some of it is starting to become clear. Even though some of them are still a little bit white, they're not going to ooze. Oh, your Take Your Pick tool's doing the same thing. And you've got the same DSP on your desk. Oh my goodness, Lucia. You're a worry. Anyway, I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay this without getting it all over me. And I'm going to line the tree trunks because this is going to look like a reflection. I'm going to line this up. Very carefully. When I saw this stamp set, this is the first thing that came to my mind, was this paper and the stamp set, and all I could think of was reflection. The glue. So as you can see, now I've just put that down using the glue, and apart from one little spot, there is no glue showing. A little trick is get your embossing buddy and just tap where the glue is showing. That will actually stop the glue from sticking. Okay, I'm now going to just trim off the excess because we don't need that. I'm not worried about those little branches there, but I'll just take that off there. The ones that had the adhesive are going to stick. Put that away in the bin. Okay. So there's our reflective look. How cute is that? And the colour I wanted there has worked out really well in the way it's came. So I'm going to get my dimensionals, which everything's been moving on my desk in unbelievable things, and here they are. I stuck my silicone sheet on top of them. No wonder I couldn't find them. I am convinced I am going absolutely crazy. Right, we're going to pop some dimensionals on the back because I want to give this a bit of a lift. And we want to give it plenty of dimensionals because, let's face it, when it goes through the post, it gets flattened so quick. Use your Take Your Pick tool to take off the backs. Certainly beats spending time picking them off. We've got too many on there. And on this one doesn't want to come off. And there we go, all done. I'm going to take my, look, it could go either way, couldn't it? You'd have that like reeds in the water. Or we can go the way that I was originally going to go. It's such a pretty thing. So the colours in this are amazing. So I'm going to centre that on the white cardstock and pop that down. I'm happy with it, so I'm going to leave that. So how pretty is that? We've got to do some more. We can't leave it at that. So what I want to do, and I think that piece will be perfect. What I want to do is I'm going to stamp one of the sentiments from the stamp set, but I'm only going to partially use it, and then I'll trim it down. So this Thinking of You, because I thought this will make a beautiful sympathy card, or just a card to send to someone who's feeling a bit down. I am absolutely loving this card and the paper. I just think the colours, it speaks volumes. With photopolymer, always pop it down and allow it to relax before you put it onto your block. Okay, there we go. Now, you wouldn't believe this. There it is, in the wrong spot. That's my fault. Excuse me. I'm going to use my embossing buddy. I'm just going to pat that on there. And my Versamark. And I'm just going to ink up Thinking of You. All I want is that little bit. I'm going to line that up in the centre of this bit of paper. And let's keep your fingers crossed as I've got it correct. And I have. Okay, put the lid back on there. And now, as I said to you before, I'm going to try our new Wow embossing folder. So this is really interesting to see what it will be like. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper. This will do. It's a finer powder. So it's certainly a bit different to the other powder. Put that back in there. And I'll get my heat gun. Let's grab my tweezers. And I will just heat. And I've got a feeling I may have pressed a little heavy because it looks a bit, maybe the stamp. If I don't like it, I'll turn around and do it again on the other side. Yeah, I think I've pressed a little bit heavy just down on that one, so I will redo it. And I'll give that a clean and make sure that there's no fibres or anything in there. Just tapping that on there and popping it on. And I think I will have to trim that bit off because, I don't know if you can see, I didn't press it properly and it hasn't quite come out back there, so I will take that bit off. Nothing like keeping it real. Oh, Lucia, I think we might have to phone each other before we do our preparations to see what we're working on, because this is ridiculous. But we never do the same. It's the same but not the same. It's really funny, that. Okay. My hands all over that, so I'll go back again. I'm showing you what not to do. Don't press too heavy. Make sure you press evenly on your card. So you're learning from me today. Okay, here we go again. I think I've got that one right. Fingers crossed. Hold your breath. Yeah, it looks a lot better than the first one. And the second one, where I missed it. Okay, I've got a good generous amount on there. Well, I do too. I do like the fact that we do have very similar tastes, but yet very different. So it's always great. Okay, third time lucky. Let's go here. There we go. It's a better looking one than the other one. So you should see, if you press too heavy, this is what it creates. It creates this thickness, which doesn't look very nice. Just grab my mini trimmer, seeing that my other blade is being a little bit furry. And I'm going to trim this down. Get where I want it. And as you can see, I only wanted a slither. And the reason I wanted the slither is because that's going to fit across here. Just like so. I'll get my cloth and I'm just going to give that a little bit of a wipe to take all the powder off. So that's going to sit right across there and will be the colour that I want. So it's keeping in line with the line of the trees, and I will put that, I think I'll put that up on dimensionals because I think that will look really, really nice. So I'm just going to take from the borders of my, I only want a thin strip, so I'm just going to cut down this border. It's a nice thin strip. I'll take the back off it. Pop that in the middle. There it is. Take that off. And then I'm just going to sit that over that join. So that way you're not seeing the join. So as you can see, there's the lovely card. So you can see it's been elevated up. Now it needs something more. Now I'm going to use something that's in our, will be coming up in our mini catalogue. Oh, that's not the right green. I thought that might have worked. We've got this new twine coming out next month no, September. But we can order it next month. And it's called Natural Tone Linen Thread. So you've got like a copper clay, you've got a green, I'd say it's a garden green, and then you've got a night of navy. So they're really nice. And I think I might use that because there's a hint of it in the back. And if you're in doubt when you're looking at something, have a look at the back of your card to see what it's got in it. So I'm just having a look. Oh, it's got Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, but I think I can get away with that. And because I am going to use it, I actually don't mind that colour in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a length, I'm going to double it, and I'm going to do a double bow. This is the way I do double bows, is I take it, have double the length, fold it in half, and then make the bow. And when I'm live, it's not, oh, it is going to work. I thought it wasn't going to work. I then take the bow. Here's my bow. And then what I'm going to do is I just, the ends here, snip, and there they are. I think, not sure whether to have it underneath. You know what? I'm going to lift this up and do it under the, I think that, yeah, that looks better. I like it like that, where it's just underneath. My scissors, trim those loose ends off. And boy, have I got a mess on my table today. There we go. I like that underneath there. And of course, it's got to have some bling, doesn't it? Yeah, let's have a look. What have I got? I've got plenty of bling, just like we all have. I think what I might do, I was going to use the bird in this little bird, but I've actually changed my mind. It's a woman's prerogative, isn't it, to change her mind? I'm going to use a couple of butterflies. Because I want it as a sympathy card, I just think a couple of little butterflies, put a large one there. And I'll just put a little one, up the little one, just fluttering in amongst the trees. I like those in there. And then it's still trying to think of what sort of bling to use. What something. You know, we don't have enough bling. We don't have the bling that suits what we want. It's all in our... We have plenty of them, but we don't know which ones to use. Ooh. I am thinking, before I put that away, that the mauve... Oh, man, doesn't want to come out today. I am thinking that those little purpley ones would look ideal with that, because they will blend in. Okay. And these ones are our tinsel gems, and they're just really pretty. So I'm going to pop one over here. Put a medium one I just want the medium one there and a small one just there. So there we go. Eventually I got there. So that's the card that we've done today. So it's this lovely sympathy card, and I haven't done the inside. Oh dear, oh dear. And I know I cut them out. Here they are. I'm going to use those, but I'm also going to use a strip of this. And I'm just going to take a small piece of this and cut down and put to the side. Take that, and I'll probably put about a 2 centimetre strip. Take that, and I'll pop that over on this side. In here, and I'll just glue that down. Hello, Miss Kay. I'm going to give you a call after this. I didn't hear you come this morning. I've been home all day, so I was probably out at the wash line or doing the vacuuming. One of those things where you're not hearing the doorbell, but I'll call you afterwards. Okay, I'll just trim that. I think that just then tones that in beautifully, giving you plenty of room to write. And I might just, we did say we were going to use the bird before, and I think I'm going to grab the bird and I'm use some Pebble Path. I'm just going to pop a couple of birds. Looks like he's doing a nosedive. I might make a third one just so it doesn't look so bad. There we go. And then I'll colour them in, and I reckon I'll just use a little bit of wild wheat and a bit of copper clay. Oh, you're out and about. All right. Just message me when you're home and I'll give you a call. So I'm just going to add some wild wheat. Putting a bit of dark under the wings. And then colour like they're gorgeous little birds. Hello, Leanne. How are you? You like the card? Thank you. I have got some more to show you of what I've done so that I'll get you to have a look. So I have been playing with this set this weekend. I have found it really nice to work with, and all excited about the cruise, Leanne? And okay is. Still seems like it's forever, but anyway, it'll come around quick enough. Just a little bit of copper on the base of the wings, just dotting that in place. There we go. And I'll attach that to there. I like that. That looks really good. Oh. Me, yes, I can't wait. I love cruising, Leanne, so this is a win-win situation. Crafting and cruising at the same time. I was a bit worried when my husband wouldn't go with me. He didn't want to go. I think he's got it in his head that it's just going to be a bunch of women on the ship all doing crafting. When I said we're only a small few about those that are going to go, but no, I am really looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. And oh, it's your first cruise. You will love it. My first cruise, we went to New Zealand as a family because one of my brothers had just gone through cancer and had finished his chemo, and we still weren't 100% sure, you know, what his outcome was. I'm very grateful that his outcome has now been, he's cancer-free. And but yeah, so we all went on cruise to New Zealand, so it was a bit of an eye-opener for us. And my husband, who didn't want to go, didn't want to leave the ship when it came time to come home. So when he knocked this one back, and I thought, oh, and had to get a roomie, which I eventually did, which is wonderful. Okay, there we go. There's our card. Now, buried under my mess, here's one I did earlier using the paper, and I've got it over here. I used this bit of paper, but I just cut it like so. That's why this time I wanted to make sure the paper was in a different spot and created a little bit more. So that was that one. This one was just, I cut a little stencil out of a window sheet and just coloured it, stamped the two trees and just sponged a bit of colour. And I don't know if it shows up very well. I used a little bit of our elements, our basic enamel elements, and I just watered it down a little bit and just popped it over the top. I didn't want it to be snow, I just wanted it to be a bit of colour. So I've done that one. And then I did this one. This one was using the tree, and I've used this piece of paper, which is the reverse there, and I've used the leaves from the golden green season. And I've just done that card. So they were the cards that I've done. So you can see that even these two, even though they're the same card, they're different. And who am I rooming with? I'm rooming with a Therese Azrapati. She's from Tamworth. So I've only spoken to her on the phone. She was one of 3 people, and so they were looking for a cabin for the 3, but Pam advised them against it. And so she knew I was looking for someone, and so that's how we did that. So that's working out really well, because I wouldn't have been going if I couldn't have found a roomie. Couldn't see the point in paying for a room all for myself. But then again, I might have if push had come to shove. So anyway, there we go. There are my cards. So as you can see, how different. They're the same, but they're not the same. And so it's really nice. And this set lends itself open to so many different options that you can use. So I think it's a great online set, and I think it's one that we could use long after Christmas. I know it's probably more a seasonal one, but trees are trees, and I love trees. So it's a great little set. So anyway, I will leave you with that. Thank you for watching today. Please share my video. I'd love more people to know about what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, what I forgot to mention, in this one, I used some watered down some craft white ink to create that shadowy effect there. So that was more picking up that misty look in this, but I didn't need it in that one. But even though they're the same, but they're different, I love them all. And I just think that, to me, this would be one I would give to for a woman who died, and I would give that one for a man, because that's more of a masculine. And I'm going to have a play around with another piece that I have pulled out, and I ran out of time before I went live, and I'm looking at using this one. So I'm going to have a go at using this one and putting the trees. And I'm not sure, probably using some Cajun craze in here. And I think that will, so if I get that done, I will post that up. Probably won't be till tomorrow when I post the cards. So I'll post that up for you to have a look at. So there we go. There are my cards. And I want to say thank you everybody for watching. And we will see each other next week. Bye for now.